Thokozani Makhosi, Thokozani Bugogo Levantata Mkhulu, and welcome to another episode of Back to Our Roots with Inzunza channel. My name is Mkhulu Modise the Great, and I am a spiritual and traditional healer governed by Inzunza Spirit, Makhosi Spirit. Amen. The channel is for educational purposes in the ways of our ancestors. It is meant for anyone seeking spiritual awakening, alignment, and activation. It will resonate with those it's meant for. And if it's not now, it may later resonate with you. If you like my content, please remember to like, subscribe, put on notifications, and share my content because the videos may be needed by someone close to you. And I'd like to thank everyone who has subscribed. Remember, you are welcomed to send in through your questions, subjects. I will start doing live sessions for Q&A once we hit 50 subscribers. Know that I appreciate you and I wish you well for your journey. My contact email is in my profile description. For general questions, topics, dreams, interpretations, questions, yeah, I've mentioned that, and also consultation requests. You will find all my contact details there. Thank you. Let's begin. Okay, today I'm gonna do a part 2 of what is Inzunza. These are all the things, tools, any misconceptions, confusions that you might have, basically. Okay, there's a lot of questioning about umandao with Inzunza Spirit, and a lot of people confuse the two because umandao can be both a water spirit or a water ancestor, and then also use herbs. So that's why I was stressing in Dabayobugela on the last episode. Again, umandao, you can have umandao and not have Inzunza Spirit, but you cannot have Inzunza Spirit without umandao. I will repeat that. You can have umandao. I'm sorry about that. Every time I keep on recording, it rains. So whenever I go out, I go to the rivers or whatever, yeah, it just rains. But anyway, umandao, you can have umandao and not have Inzunza Spirit, but you cannot have Inzunza and not have umandao, because it's like finger and nail, basically. Nithi umunwe nezipho. No, angas. But anyway, I'm sorry, my Zulu is bad, but yeah, I can understand Zulu people when they speak. But anyway, And then another crucial aspect as to other spirits that are like umundao, that Inzunza is most likely to have, and they are all problematic, ne? Like umundao. They take time to sort of like manifest and also connect now. They come through occasionally, especially when you have Inzunza. You will see them a lot. You will experience them a lot, but they won't make sense at that time. Ne? It's umundao, amanono, your cherubs, and then ne IDlozi. They're very problematic to sort of like manifest, but once you align Inzunza, all of them, they just come through. Inzunza will bring them. You will meet a spirit sako se Inzunza. That's why I never mention what you call Mkhulu, but I mean, I know the truth. Ne? I've seen my Inzunza spirit. I've aligned, I've ngiphakamisile Inzunza yami. I did all the rituals, everything, which is why right now it told me to just start the channel, because there's a lot of descendants Inzunza of royalty, Amakhosi, abongosasana, abongosana, abomamlambo, who are just searching. You guys are searching, and mind you, we are not on the same levels. Some of you are still like at infant stage, your baby stage, nisancelisiwe, lesanya, lesangkhamakhato. And then there are those who are already awakened but confused. So, and there are those who are almost at the last stages. So this channel basically, it sort of like umbrellas everyone. So I will be touching on different issues at different times depending on what the spirit is telling me. So yeah, Makhosi. But anyway, those three spirits, ziyashupha. They're very troublesome, but you will see them. Believe you me, you will see them. Amanono, they're very special guys. Those kids, they're like almost sort of like the last stages that you will ever experience before you meet the Inzunza. There's Amanono, and there's what you call, there's these other spirits. I haven't mentioned them, but there's these other spirits that you will have to see before your Inzunza awakens. Ne? You will see them, trust me, and they will scare you. Some of them, they will excite you. Some of them will make you feel out of this world. But you have to meet these spirits, all of them, before you meet Inzunza finally. So yeah, let's carry on. As for the gifts, last time I mentioned, I was busy focusing on all the troubles, the challenges that comes with the spirit, that it will torment you and things like that. It will basically, that's why when they say I'm a self-initiate, it puts you in sort of like a school. That's why you guys will be dreaming of school so much, colleges, water in colleges. You will be seeing that a lot. Or maybe you see you just go under the sea, you find people sitting like in a sort of like a class pattern, and you just, but in the morning you can't remember what you were learning, basically. That's Inzunza, ne? So today I want to talk about the gifts, the benefits. If you have Inzunza, ne? Basically, let me just be honest. This is a very powerful, dominant spirit. It will always push you to sort of like be your best, ne? And then once that has matured, it will always want you in leading positions. That's why you'll find yourself wanting promotions when you're working 8 to 5. If you're a business owner, you just want to sort of like excel in your field. That's Inzunza, ne? And another thing is there's Ubusanusi. Ubusanusi, it's not an ancestor, it's a spirit, and it's a spirit of knowledge, wisdom. So when you have Inzunza, you have access to Ubusanusi. Note that, né? So you will always have sort of like this deep wisdom, and people will always turn to you for like advices, and now you'll be so surprised. Sometimes you'll be saying things that you aren't even applying in your own life, but at the same time you'll be hearing them while you're saying them to another person, and then also listen and take that advice. I don't know if I'm making sense. But yeah, another thing is, I said we're the black ships last time, ne? Basically, when I say black ships, I mean black ships. I mean sort of like generational. You break generational curses, basically, ne? What will happen is, that's why I'm saying that you have to reach a point of forgiveness. You have to have mercy, compassion, especially to the people who wronged you, irregardless of whether you were raped, you were abused, or you were almost sacrificed, or like whatever challenge you're gonna see. But trust you me, no one can steal your gift. No one, especially when you don't know that you have Inzunza, it will protect you. No one can steal your luck. No one can do that. The problems that you guys see are caused by the very same spirit, Inzunza, Amakhosi, because it is born. Just as you see the water calm, sometimes the water can do tsunami. Inzunza is like that. That's why you guys are busy seeing flames in your lives. But once you align with the spirit, I'm telling you, you're gonna find peace so deep, it will be like nothing else matters, because namanje, that's where I am. Do you understand? I'm following the spirit wholeheartedly because I know it leads my life, and I know it's here to heal, it's here to help. I saw that. It's never trying to harm. Umndao is born or fuck you up, and I'm sorry to say that, but yeah, ngigela. gloves off basically, né? I'm not confined by any rules. That's why I may sound wretched or curse, but sinjalo, it's our nature. I drink, I smoke, nothing new, you understand? Because you will meet those ancestors that get appeased or aroused by your water, your wine, your whiskey, your smokes, your weed, your whatever. But those things, they will instead calm you down, center you. And umandao, born we are lawyer. They use the water and they use herbs, but certain types of herbs. But unentlizwembe, they are very cold-hearted, basically. If you touch umuntu onomandao, you will reap what you sow. Zothuloyiwe kanti umandao dilanga. And in the same sense, and in the same sense, ne, umundao will beat you up if unai, especially if unenzunza is one of the person who will, or spirit who will sort of like deal now. Namanono, nabalozi. And abalozi are tricky. Some they don't speak, they are deaf or they are blind, and some they may speak, and some they use your birds, your whistles and whatnot, but those are abalozi, they are prophetic. And the same thing ngomondao, they are prophetic again. So when you have a combination of these guys, trust you me, it's colorful. But yeah, let's move on. Oh, there's another thing on the gifts. Basically, when I said everyone is like in the Matrix, the movie, yes, the Matrix. Everyone, I would say, I'm only referring and talking about Inzunza. I'm not talking about other spirits, what. No. I'm talking about Inzunza. If you have Inzunza, I did say you would have a lot of sort of like deja vus. You will sort of like see things that you really feel that you've seen before or done before. You will have a very strong sense of that. And the reason for that is that there is reincarnation. That's why when we guys dream, you will dream of your Bongos, your Mkhulus, you will dream your hearts in Domba, Emanzini, never the clouds and whatnot. Hallelujah, what. You might see the Bible, yes. There is that spirit. And there is a certain book that I've seen. And when I saw the contents, it's what people on earth refer to as the Bible. But we will talk about that because I did say that there's so many things that I need to share with you guys, and I need to offload them so that Lena Gelogolohe, because when I'm healing you guys, I'm also getting healed myself. Nah? I'm growing. As I'm helping people, I'm also growing. Nah? But reincarnation is real, so that's why you guys are named after certain people who used to practice in the past, or utatomkhulu or umamkhulu of who did something, who was a prophet, who was inyanga, who was, yeah, like you guys are getting reawakened. And if you're lucky and if you're really working towards this gift, you will be able to connect with the person that you are actually named after. I met mine years ago, around 2008, and I had to learn some things from him. That's why you guys mostly, I'm sure, in amabengel, whether it's gold, it's bronze, it's what, if you have joint issues, they're awakening, they are starting to be alive in you, to arise in you. So that's why you're feeling those pains. And now I was taught something bad or painful will just happen just before the gift. They're saying the person that I actually added my name to the great. Is a late brother of mine. We made a pact. There's fun, Amin and I. So he used to say to me that a blessing is preceded by a curse. So every time I was gonna receive something good, something bad had to sort of like happen. It might be an accident, you might get injured, you might just get, ihlari in your body, or some sickness where you just doze off, a fever. But those gifts from your ancestors, trust you me, you are gonna feel them. You are gonna go through the whole process. And the reason for the pain that I got was that how can I translate that? The path is known by the traveler, basically. No? Another thing, another amazing thing is that being a child of Inzunza, the water that you guys connect with, you'll be able to talk to it. And it will respond. The spirits within those waters will respond to you. I'm sure you've been to a lake or a waterfall where you just started praying and you just sort of like saw the waterfall starting to like go crazy in front of you, and you didn't even know what that was, because it's you, it's the spirit within you talking to that water. You can talk to that water because you are a descendant of that water. Makhosi. There are things to be done, basically. There's rituals, and you also need to cleanse before, like when I heal, I always cleanse people, because you don't know who's attacking you, what's attached to you, what's been placed inside of you. So I always cleanse, né? So that manyo pagamise inhlanhla yakho or ngokparula, then there's no mixed up spirits, because there are good and bad spirits that you guys need to know, né? And once, if you're not cleansed or if you're not aligned, chances are you are experiencing good and bad spirits, because it's sort of like a network. You keep on getting network and not getting network, basically disconnected. Now, yeah, the rituals, it's something I cannot discuss here. It's something that needs to be done by somebody who's already done everything, because this is the time where you will discover yourself. You will discover ukuthi inzunza yakho isebenza kanjani, what does it want, iwasho, or herbs allowed. Mina ngigela, ngiyathwalisa, I do all kinds of things because I understand the laws of what's supposed to happen. But omunye umuntu cannot. Abantu abaningi abaninzunza mostly are church based. You're told it's either there's somebody big esontweni, or umuntu onisonto ovulisonto, the founder of the church. But if we get like me, anything goes. But yeah, that's part of the benefits, né? But how do you maintain connection yakho nenzunza? You have to listen. You have to be somebody who is very obedient, who obeys, because inzunza is very strict. It needs someone othandazayo, because namanje when I say ukuthandaza, believe you me, like I said, all of you listening now, ne? You're at different stages with your inzunza, and because of that, it's not one size fits all. I don't want to lie to you. Some of you might pray for 2-3 months after listening to this, and then you see your spirit manifests. Some of you may be praying for 7 to 10 years, and it's so painful, because I got my grandmother, for example, the one that I said, begana inzunza. So she was sort of like mentoring me, né? Spiritually. She did the mentoring in 2008, and only 2023 inzunza manifested. So what I'm saying is, be someone who's extremely patient with the spirit, because during your path you're gonna be taught so many things, you're gonna go through so many things, you're gonna meet so many entities, you're gonna meet so many ancestors, you're gonna meet so many things, you're gonna learn so much. You need to apply yourself. You need to apply yourself. Don't just sit and sulk and complain and cry for no reason, thinking, hi, the spirit or the ancestors will hear me. No. Because they are controlled by that very same spirit inzunza. And it knows you, because it was born now, the day you were conceived in your mother's womb. The spirit was there. It chose you. You are not here for no reason. So because of that, it's gonna take you through every lesson, whether you like it or not. And if you keep on sort of like procrastinating, saying that nizo, believe you me, it will punish you. You will keep on doing the same lesson over and over, but without anything productive, without anything good manifesting in your life. You will be stuck. You will look like Ethera, a hobo. You will look homeless if the spirit wants. If you are stubborn, if awumameli, then it becomes a problem with Inzunza. And another warning, please, I know that you may be desperate on this path, but don't you dare uye uthi uyothwala. You are not allowed to uyothwala. You are not allowed to uyothwala. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, I'm not sorry actually. But you are not going to allowed to uyothwala because yeah, you'll find out, because you'll find out ukuthi Inzunza yini. There is a true form to Inzunza, and unfortunately I'm not at liberty to say, maybe at the moment, maybe another time, another episode, but yeah. Don't go to your twala. Don't get in this thing. E-group. Don't. Ne? Don't do that. Just stay. I said Inzunza requires you to pray because it's a path of faith. And I'm not talking that in a sense of church. I'm talking in a sense of between a relationship between man and God. You need to pray because those spirits are sent by God. They are connected to God. Always sleep, maybe try to sleep on the floor a lot. You might get sort of like discomfort maybe the first day, but once you actually sleep on the floor, you might not want to get back on your bed. You'll feel all sorts of pain, especially on your spine, your neck, your shoulders, your waist, even your joints. When you're sleeping on the bed, you won't even understand why. But if you sleep on the floor, all those things, they will vanish. Nah? I'm wiping my sweat. Also, when you're sleeping on the floor, if you have sort of like ikhumba, animal skins, your sheep, your goats, your cow, you may want to sleep on those. That will help you. They sort of like channel a sort of energy. They awaken something on you. No? Another thing is, okay, what Inzunza teaches you, basically, it's a healing spirit. majority of you are sort of like healers, and healers that are unconventional, not someone who will be using amathambo, ditaola, your bones basically. It's either you might be using a tarot card, you might be using energy healing, chakras, you might be using stones, you might be using water, you might be using the rivers, anything natural basically, because to it there's an element of the spirit of Menzi. You will connect with that spirit naturally. So that's why some of you manhamba gyanet, it rains. Some of you, there's birds around you all the time. Some of you, like this sort of nature connection of some sort, and that thing, if you focus on it, it grows. If you spend time, if you hear birds a lot singing to you, you go and listen to them frequently, basically one day something is going to manifest. So you need to focus yourself towards that direction, because it's going to speak to you. One day it's going to speak to you. You're going to hear a voice talk to you while you're listening to those birds. Nah? And those are also associated na IDlozi, because they might come like that. Nah? Because whistles can just come from whistles, but also from birds. It's sound. But anyway, the remedies, basic, I only wrote down sort of like these pointers, nah, as to how the discussion would go, but I didn't script what I'm saying. I'm just talking as the spirit guides. Nah? Basically, I have a group of clients where I share things now on the WhatsApp group, when they need to fast, things that they can use in their household. I share. That's why I'm saying that once we do live sessions, you'll be able to sort of like get those remedies at that time. Nah? Because like I said, in the spirit one. So a lot of people complain about headaches. So for me, what I used, there were two things that worked for me. There were stones, especially from the rivers. You can just pick up 3 stones and then just put them under your pillow and sleep. And number 2, it would be your rainwater. Get pure rainwater and just drink, and then use the other 2 baths, because in my headaches I need. And pray, always guys, pray. Nah? Inzunza is a water spirit. Being around water will always heal you. I know a lot of you are afraid of water. If you're actually more or less closer to awakening and alignment, you are afraid of water, because like I said, you are scared of yourself. So, but because you are scared, just go and be close to the river, close to the ocean, close to the waterfall. Spend time in your bath. Relax in your bath and just put in a sea salt, sea water, river water, waterfall water. like just put it in there and just relax. There's also umcebo, I don't know, umcebo mhlophe. I don't know that in Tswana because I told you I keep on learning from different ancestors, different spirits, so I learn in different languages basically, like even okay, I don't know if I can say this, but okay, but they're bringing it to me. I'm part of the group. I followed Dr. Sebi, so there's some certain ailments that I can actually heal with what I learned from the teachings of Dr. Sebi, because I still remember those herbs. My ancestors, they do connect, and they are teaching me more and more about those herbs. And I don't even know what is it that they're called in my native language, but I know in English. Do you understand? But sadly, videos about Dr. Sebi and Bamotwa, they're like sort of like shunned or taken down. I don't know, but I was lucky enough to meet students of Dr. Sebi, and some of them are my friends today. We talk, we still exchange information, but yeah, anyway, when it comes to, I wanted to talk about self-initiates. There's a debate basically about self-initiates. My point and my stand is that there is no self-initiate, and I really don't care what you think or what you say, because I will explain myself and why I'm saying what I'm saying. There is no self-initiate, because even though you are not taught by a physical person, you are still taught by ancestors, spirits, entities. Even your Inzunza is teaching you. And even though you're a self-initiate, there's gonna be a point where you're gonna need a mentor. If you're 20 savant, what do you think you're gonna learn that? You think Inzunza will teach you how to twalisa? No, it will show you somebody who's already done that. Wakufundisa uthi, this is how you twalisa umuntu. This is how you cleanse umuntu. This is how you take you sort of like attack amamnyama. So all those things, they're gonna need a mentor. You're gonna need someone for your rite of passage. So there's always gonna be a mentor. Bayukutshengisa umuntu la wena uzitshela ukuthi yabona la I've matured. Kanti you're gonna need umuntu. And that's why today abantu abaninzunza, most of nina, you've been emaphehlweni, you've been initiated, you've been kodiagelong tsa dikereke and whatnot, because of you needed some sort of guidance, and you can only get that guidance from someone who has the same spirit as you, or a spirit that is higher, that is vibrating higher than yours. Meaning that if unenzunza and then you go to umuntu owenza ubungoma, chances are that bayokutshela ukuthi unedlozi, and they will ask you to join iphehlo, but you will go to ephehlweni, and after that you will not see anything, you will not work, you will not be a traditional healer. You will only be a traditional healer by title, by name. That is why most of you are stuck, because Inzunza is not, the ritual is not a pechweni. We don't drink blood. But if you have, it's okay. That was your path. Maybe there's an ancestor or in the Obungoma. That was your first level. So don't feel sorry. Maybe some do. They do some very fucked up things to people, because I have my clients who are initiates, who are inyanga. Do you understand? And today I'm helping them. So now it might happen that that's your path. So don't fight uti, yo, my gobela lied to me. That's Inzunza yakho. It allowed that to happen. Because if it doesn't want, yokutshela Inzunza before ungena la bephehlweni ukuthi, hey, fuck you. You're not going there. That's why even when you're at church, it will tell you ukuthi, this is time to leave, because it feels that you'll be entrapped in the rules zesonto. But once you are out there, you can practice openly, without any fear, without any limits, except what you get from the Spirit. Nah? So, I'm a self-initiate, mina, because the fact that you are, when you're not born with any wisdom, with any gifts, with any powers, but the Spirit has those powers, that wisdom, those things, those tools, and it teaches you, it gives you, it lends you that power. So let's move on. There's other meditation styles. I will discuss that, but basically the ones that I noted down here was dark, your breathing, your drum, even your water. Nah? Basically, this is gonna sound so taboo. Nah? When I started, when Inzunza started manifesting in me, it started telling me to meditate in the dark, where it would be at night. After 12, I would have to switch off the lights, everything. And I was like, why? Isn't this evil, associated with evil or darkness or whatnot? And then, because I ask a lot, guys. I don't just follow things. But when you have Inzunza, you can ask. You build a relationship with the Spirit. So when I asked, the answer that I got was that, what do you guys do when you pray? And I said, we close our eyes. And when you close your eyes, what do you see? It's the dark. When we sleep, when we dream, we are asleep. We are in the dark. So the only difference now is that I'm doing the darkness meditation intentionally, so because there's gonna be points in your life when you have to face darkness, and that session, it prepares you for that. It prepares you for that. Anyway, there's another breathing techniques. Yeah, these are I would have to sort of like explain in depth, have a session about them so that I can teach you, but basically they awaken your chakras. When you have Inzunza, you'll see you're not limited to into South Africa, if I may say. You're not only limited to South African herbs, but you're gonna learn about other paths, other entities. They teach you about chakras. You'll even see the gods. I've seen some of the god entities. Some are Indians. I have that as a connection, basically, as an entity that I connect with a lot. So yeah, you will meet them. You will meet all the spirits. Umandao will tell you its name, where it originates, Amalozi, everything. Like all these spirits, they will tell you where they come from. You will need to know their name, because when you do certain rituals that are associated to them, you will have to call out their names and whatnot. Nah? There's also your drum, what do you call it, meditation. Now it needs me to show you. I used to do it, I think I was in high school. I went into Rastafarianism and today I've got threads. So, but yeah, I was a Rasta at some point when I was a teenager, so I learned some things in Rastafarian religion, basically. They use drums to sort of like connect your ancestors. I'm sure you can relate if when those drums, you feel something awakens in you. So I learned that through Rastafarianism, but then when it awakened, it was when I was at the burial site, and then when they did the drums, Apostol, that's when that ancestor came through and I met the lady. From my mother's side, from my father's side, I'm sorry. You will know who's coming from where, and it's a pity for men when you have Inzunza, you have to sort of like okopanse badimo, uhlanganise idlozi. But now as a female, you need to also do that. But the dominating part of Inzunza is from the mother's side. Inzunza dominates from your mother's side. I will explain that one day. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of you are bewitched by your mothers but from your mother's side. But anyway, use impepho yamawela. I'm smoking. Impepho yamawela, your white sage, umceko omhlophe. These are your bread and butter, mawuphala. These are your bread and butter, mawuphala. You're gonna see so much difference once you start in impepho yamawela. With a white candle, with a cup of water, and you just burn impepho and start praying. And be intentional when you do it. Chances are you're gonna see certain things. They might even show you the person that you're supposed to go to as a mentor. If you're unsure, you can ask. If you're unsure about a trip, you can ask. If you're unsure about a job, you can ask. If you're unsure about anything in your life, you can ask. And also amanzi, just cleanse. Just cleanse, guys. Ne? So yeah, I think I will end it here, but thank you again for subscribing, liking. I would love to hear your thoughts, your experiences. Nothing personal. Don't share your dreams onto the video on the comment section, but rather email me and then I will tell you exactly what's happening. But thank you guys, I appreciate you all. Please do share, like, subscribe, put notifications on, and please let's hit 50 so that I may do my live sessions, and then yeah, and let the games begin. Thokozani Makhosi, thokozani abu gogo nabukhehle nekerekere wokuko le bontata moholo. Thank you, until next time, bye.